Good evening, everyone. Here's the update for Friday, September 11th. Here's an update regarding our COVID-19 status. So our response team continues to meet twice a week. Right now, we're focusing on the monitoring the students' health and addressing any concerns regarding busing, any supports that may be needed for parents and students, and communication to our students regarding what to do if there ever is a student who may contract COVID-19. So we're working on that. We're also working on planning efforts for second wave. We're sending out proposals for more funds for PPE, online learning, things like that. We're also working on preparing more self-isolation and quarantine kits, and just in case we do need that. Um, in terms of the orders that we have, our team is constantly reviewing the orders to see if there's any amendments we need to make regarding travel restrictions or anything like that. We continue to keep the community center and reserve camp ready in case we need to use them as isolation areas. And for those of you that do require financial support, you can contact Julia Pegamagabo at 705-918-6752 if you need some assistance. If you have any other questions regarding COVID-19, you can contact our community health nurse, Marina McComer, at 705-507-0134, or Carmen Ichtai, the Director of Health and Community Wellness, at 705-822-3462. Oh, so now I want to give you an update on our legal claims. In terms of the timber claim, there is a statement of claim that we're working on. Basically, we're gathering evidence that we need to submit, and so that is near completion. Once that is done, we submit the evidence, and then there's a review period for that evidence. That will last anywhere from 3 to 6 months. And then upon the review of the evidence, there's a discussion period. Now that can take anywhere from 12 to 18 months. And then finally, after the evidence is discussed, there's a decision period, which could take 6 months. So we're looking at anywhere from 20 months to 30 months for the timber claim to be resolved. In terms of the boundary claim, there's three fronts to it that we're working on. There's a motion to set aside the dismissal order from 2013. There's a statement of claim process that we have to follow as well. That's another avenue that we can take. And then there's some evidence required to meet the demand for particulars. Basically, it's a historical report, and we have that completed. And I'm hoping that we can make a formal announcement in October of 2020 on our boundary claim advancement. In terms of the Robinson Huron Treaty annuities claim, the appeal, there's going to be appeal hearings in January of 2021. But phase 3 is slated to start in spring of 2021. And phase 3 basically determines any compensatory amounts and formulas to the annuitants. If you have any questions, you can always contact me at 705-665-2157. A shout out to band members regarding our AGM. It's September 24th, 2020, starts at 6 p.m. and it's at the community center. There is limited registration, limited spots available. We have enough spots for 30 band members who wish to attend, but it will also be streamed live via our members portal. And so basically it will be presentation of the 2019/2020 audited financial statements along with the annual report. We will have a Q&A period after that. If you wish to register, you can contact Montana Govro or Emily Watt at 705-692-3651. If you do attend in person, there will be snacks and refreshments available, but you will have to request them when you register. PPE and COVID-19 distancing rules will apply. So If you do have your own mask, you can bring it, but we will have those supplies at the meeting. And there, look for more details and the agenda in the flyer and on the website. All right, so at the band meeting, we also, council also approved the formation of the new Atikameksheng negotiation team. The team composition includes myself, Councillor Art Patatagus, the Director of Governance and Special Projects, who we are in the process of hiring, 3 band members, negotiator, and we will also have staff as technical support and legal counsel as technical support as well. And basically the mandate is to conduct negotiations with proponents in our area, governments, and our neighboring First Nations. The reporting structure is the team will report to council and to band members on a regular basis. So there was a call out sent out in today's flyer, and it will be on our website. If you need more details, the terms of reference will be made available on the website as well. So a key part to the team is our negotiator. So I'm currently working on a request for proposals to hire a negotiator. And this person would lead the team in negotiations and preparations. So we're seeking a skilled and experienced negotiator, someone who has a proven track record in successful agreements. And so I'm hoping we can get this out within the next 2 weeks and have them hired within the next four to 5 weeks. Another topic that came up at the band meeting and at various conversations that I've had with band members is the incidental buildings recognition through the Ministry of Natural Resources. So basically what this is, council formally recognizes our band members hunting in fish camps through a band council resolution, and we submit those to the MNR so that they formally acknowledge that these are hunt camps of our band members, and we're within our treaty rights to have these buildings in our treaty area. And so we process them through council. So you would have to contact Montana Govro, our executive assistant to the political office. And if you wish to do that, if you wish to register your camp as an incidental building, you would need a map, GPS coordinates, and a description of the area where your camp is, and we can do it as long as it's within our treaty area. Now, another ceremony that we want to note is the housing project, which is going to happen on September 15th at 11 a.m. in the subdivision up on the hill at lot 19. So basically, it's a ceremony for the construction of 6 housing residential units. I'll be there myself, council members will be there, and MP Mark Sere will be there as well. And the housing construction project is funded through Indigenous Services Canada and through CMHC. We're also in the process of renovating the office here in the main administration building. So we're renovating the area where the current financial staff are. So there's going to be space for new staff, including an office manager, the HR manager, and the HR assistant. Now, for our committees, we do have some appointments that were approved. So I want to say welcome to our new housing committee members, Lorraine Dodd-Naponce, Jennifer Nuchtai, Noella Nemrianaquit, and this is effective September 8th, 2020. Now, the other committee appointments were for the police committee. And so I want to say welcome to our new police committee members, including Dawson Nuchtai, Kevin Greer, Laurie Nuchtai-Zwagish, Lorena Meller, and Connie Nuchtai. I just want to say Chimigwich to all our band members who take the time to volunteer and give their time to these committees. So without your participation and support, our success and progress would not be possible. So again, I want to say miigwech. Another very important announcement. We are close to completing our application to the Ministry of Health for our own Elders Lodge and long-term care facility. So our Health and Community Wellness Department has worked diligently over the previous fiscal year to complete an elders needs assessment and a feasibility study for the development of this lodge. And so through this work and community engagement, the needs were identified that we need to have a long-term care facility here in Atikameksheng. So we're close to making that a reality. So we want to make sure that this facility reflects our cultural, spiritual, and language needs. So we're in the final stages of the application. So we have to look at the financial feasibility side and making sure that we as a nation can support this and look to leverage funding supports from the federal and provincial governments as well. So the council fully endorses this project, and we're going to be working our hardest to make this a priority and make this happen. If you have any questions regarding the Elders Lodge, you can contact Carmen at 705-822-3462. So we did, so the COVID-19 response team did make some amendments, proposed amendments to the reopening the community plan, and that was approved as well. They include an additional section to cover management of positive cases and outbreak measures. There were some amendments made to emphasize contact tracing, sanitizing of working spaces, maximum number of occupants in certain areas, and things like that. So if you have any questions about the reopening plan, it can be found on our website under COVID-19 updates. Another big announcement regarding our band representative program. We've over the last few years, we put forth a number of planning and proposal efforts to expand the service. So our education and social services team, they've worked diligently to pursue this opportunity over the course of the previous and current fiscal year. And so they've been successful in securing funding for an additional band representative, a child and family advocacy manager, basically a band rep manager, and a reception and administrative support for that for those positions. So I just want to say miigwech to Darlene Schwanquit on securing that funding, and keep up the good work. Another discussion we had was regarding the child well-being law presentation. So the Anishinaabe Nation is looking to present to council. They have a draft child well-being law that they're hoping they can share with First Nations in Ontario, and it would basically be a law that we could adopt if we wish to, for our community in terms of our child welfare law for our youth. So the presentation will be happening sometime in the future. Another exciting program that we're piloting is the Communications Ambassador pilot program. So basically what this is, it's a 6-month pilot program to spread information to community members, both on and off reserve. These ambassadors will meet with Gimaa, myself, the CEO, Brendan, and staff to learn about information about various issues that are going on or projects. And then they'll go out into the community and share that information with the community. This may include delivering surveys, dropping off newsletters, or speaking with members about new initiatives or projects. So they'll have to learn about these different projects and initiatives within the community. And our hope is that they'll be able to spread this information much more farther and faster than through our normal means. So if you think you could be a good ambassador and a good fit for this initiative, please send your interest to communications@wlfn.com and indicate your interest and any experience you may have. And it is a paid program. We anticipate maybe 10 hours of work a month, and ambassadors will get an honorarium of $250 per month. Now, the Child and Youth Program Center, another big announcement. We started work on August 24th. So if you've gone by the site, you'll see that the building is no longer there. They've done some site work. And so we're hoping that the commissioning will be in mid-December of 2020. So it's currently the building's being constructed off-site, and it'll be transported here, and then um, it'll be placed on its foundation, and then hopefully, like I said, commissioning in mid-December. There will be a lot of family programming and pilot projects for Nogda-Winman. There will be early years programming, healthy babies, healthy children programming, neonatal services, and language immersion daycare. So very exciting. Just an update too on the rink, the outdoor rink. If you've gone by the community center, you can see that the old rink is now down, and as of today, they were out placing the new sub base, granular sub base, and they're leveling that out, and shortly they'll be placing the concrete pad and the boards. So hopefully late fall, everything will be done. So a big miigwech to Arvin and Darren for getting this project going. Now, just some general updates. Again, the AGM is September 24th, 2020. Now, council is going to be conducting a strategic planning session for November. And basically, we're going to be developing our work plans for the 4-year term. And we're going to be doing this in conjunction with the administration, because a lot of the work that's described in our comprehensive community plan is overlapped with the administration. So there's a lot of items that we need to work on with staff. And in terms of the council work plans, the main areas are the Chinokta-Gaywan, so all the lawmaking. There are some administrative tasks that we still have to perform, like approvals, policy development, things of that nature. Then there's some financial items that we have to take care of, budgeting, long-term planning, investments, things like that. So we're going to be working on those work plans, and once we're done those, we're going to make a formal presentation to our band membership on what work we're going to be doing over the 4 years. And mind you, too, those work plans are not they're flexible and fluid. So if there are issues or concerns that band members bring up, we can definitely include them in the work plan. Now, in terms of the child well-being law that we talked about earlier, North Shore Tribal Council and Nogda-Winman are also developing their own version of this child well-being law. So council does have representation on this committee, and that's going to be happening later this month. And so over the next 18 months, North Shore and Nogda-Winman hope to have a draft ready for a technician to review and consider for approval in our community. So that's another item we'll be bringing to the community as well. Council is also meeting with MP Mark Seri later this month. It's more or less a meet and greet, but we're going to be talking about some of the ways that we're hoping the MP can help us secure funding for some of our projects. And we just want to maintain that relationship with the MP. We're also meeting with Steve Dunlop from KGHM Mining Company, and it's a meet and greet with council, but we also want to talk about how KGHM is going to accommodate the technician's interests regarding the Victoria mine and other activities. All right, so another exciting event coming up, September 24th to the 27th. It's the community hunt. It'll be the camp will be located at the Sacred Grounds. I just want to remind everyone, no drugs, no alcohol. We're asking anyone who's interested in attending to sign up with Cheryl Thurston at CT or sorry, cthurston@wlfn.com or 705-692-3651 and leave your name with the receptionist. We also are looking for community members who would like to share knowledge on any kind of activities, whether it be, trapping or hunting, because we will be having some activities during the day and telling stories, things like that. So you can contact John Vallely or Mike DePonce. Now, lastly, I wanted to talk a bit about the communication strategy that we've been working on for quite a while now. So we're drafting this policy. We've taken some draft policies that were developed before and basically updating it so that it's current and relevant. And we're hoping that we can have this done shortly so that we can also share this with band members. So please stay tuned for more updates as we develop this policy. So thank you, everyone. I wish you a good evening, and until we meet again. Bye, Malpi.